There seems to be an audience for that.
Yeah.
He and I think, will always be open to that when the right project comes along, or the right timing of rebooting something that we've already done together.
Jensen and Jared have been expressing their desire to do more Supernatural seasons since before the series even ended officially in 2020. Almost 3 years later, we got the finale for its spin-off The Winchesters, produced by and starring Jensen himself, in a significant cameo role returning as Dean, particularly in the finale. That glorious return, along with Bobby and Jack in the finale, kicked the doors wide open for the return of the Mothership, the original show itself, diving deeper into the multiverse that was already established on Supernatural, and proving that even that seemingly ideal heaven Jack built isn't a permanent resting place for our boys. In the Winchesters finale, we learned that when Dean went on that long drive in Baby in Heaven after his death in Supernatural finale, he took a detour into the multiverse through Heaven's back doors in order to stop a race of monsters called the Akrita, who were left behind as a failsafe by Chuck from destroying another universe with alt versions of his young parents, then all other universes including his own where Sam still lives. That already establishes a precedent that the boys can leave heaven if they choose to anytime, even if it's against Jack's will. Despite Jack's familial bond to the boys, as a new god he was pretty upset with Dean for meddling with the other universe. That minor tension can grow bigger the more Sam and Dean defy his orders in the future.
No, I know, Jack.
When I restored things, I wanted mankind to make their own fate. That meant no interference from on high, anywhere. No exceptions.
I couldn't let our world get destroyed. Sam's still down there, okay? He deserves a good, long life. Hell, they all do. So if you want to cast me out of heaven, so be it.
If God is all-powerful, he cannot be all-good, and if he is all-good, then he cannot be all-powerful. That quote by Lex Luthor from Batman v Superman, one of my favorite movies, is a reminder that no matter how good Jack is or was, the absolute and seemingly limitless powers he gained from Chuck and Amara to become the new god can eventually corrupt him too, as it did to Chuck himself. That can potentially be sort of a reset to Supernatural, for the boys having to face a new evil god, one they already know. That's just one of many directions the show can go when it returns.
You know, I never thought it would end like this with Jack.
Sammy, we knew from the beginning it was a long shot with him.
Yeah, but long shots are kind of our thing.
We also still have the Empty that represents another cosmic threat with its own agenda that can decide to invade Earth for whatever reason, or even Heaven again, as it did before to retrieve Jack. There's also the possibility of other failsafes Chuck left behind, as Jensen recently hinted in an interview discussing the Winchesters finale.
I was looking for my family. See, I come from a long line of hunters. I guess I was hoping that somewhere out there was a Earth that had a version where my family had a shot at a happy ending. When I was driving, I caught wind of the Akrita. Turns out that they were one of Chuck's last creations.
Who's Chuck?
God. It's a long story. Duh. Basically, he's a real dick. He left the Akrita behind to wipe out all of existence in case he failed. Well, he failed. Eventually, the Akrita were gonna make their way to my world, and I got family there. so I couldn't let that happen.
The fact that Jack didn't even want to intervene to stop a threat of that scale proves that, as God, he is not really much better than Chuck. He is willing to let sentient beings in all universes suffer and die and do nothing about it, just to adhere to his arbitrary principle of being hands-off. It also means that there are still so many regular monsters hurting people in all universes, including our own. The Winchesters itself proved that in its own universe. We don't even need a threat as big as God or the Empty to bring the boys back. We can just have smaller monsters for them to hunt every week like he used to in the first few seasons. In my opinion, that's when the show was much better anyway. It was a horror story every week like Kripke initially set to make, and that was, in my opinion, the best version of Supernatural, the Monster of the Week format. I would be happy to have several seasons of just that. The threats facing our world or other worlds are limitless, and the boys will never really have one last hunt, even if Jack and Bobby think so.
We're not supposed to meddle with things, you idiot.
You always said if I was gonna be stupid, I might as well be smart about it.
Yeah, it does sound about like me. But we're not even supposed to be here.
Come on, the letter was meant for him. I just, gave it a nudge.
You keep an eye on things here, I'm gonna get the damn cavalry.
How you gonna do that?
I got no freaking idea. One last hunt, huh?
One last hunt.
Supernatural Return is not a matter of if, but when. Both Jensen and Jared have continuously said that, and believe it as a fact. Even the Winchesters showrunner Robbie Thompson, who wrote for Supernatural himself, believes that, and he recently stated it in several interviews after the Winchester finale. Here are some of his quotes about this topic. As Jack himself said, there is always another case for hunters, even in death. They might enjoy their peace in heaven for a while, but there is no way the boys will ever truly be done. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Subscribe for more awesome Supernatural content. Until next time, as always, no chick flick moments.
There's always another case with you hunters. Even in death. Well,
I think we caught a glimpse of what Dean does in heaven. I think he drives around a baby and he pops tops on the front porch of Harvell's, and he probably goes over to mom and dad's and gets some lasagna, and then he goes drive, and I think he's just trying to live his best life. I think at a certain point he's gonna miss the life, and he's probably gonna get with Sam and tell Jack, hey, put us in, coach. And that's the Netflix or the Amazon or the Apple or the whatever streaming Hulu type of subscription you subscribe to. That's the reboot.
Or maybe we just grab a few GoPros and get in the Impalas and roll camera.
and then just sell it to everybody. Hey, I know a production company that would actually do that.
Can we call them? Do you know their number?
I have their number. Yeah.
Amazing.
Whether I went out or didn't go out, either way, that's not necessarily a closure situation. And I don't know that Jared and I will ever really have closure on the show or these characters, because in my opinion, it ain't closed yet.
I got an honest
asked a question, but I want to take the answer with me through the next couple weeks. Would anybody in here want to see us play Sam and Dean together again?
Hells yeah.
For real, we do have news, and that special breaking news is that we too would like that. Something that we wanted to do, or that I want to do but haven't done yet. The reboot of Supernatural.
Would y'all be up for that? Because we have an announcement to make. We'd be up for it as well.
Hey, Sammy.
Dean?
Maybe we just take like 3 years off and come back and start all over again. I don't know.
I do have a few ideas of how they could come back, and I think a few other people have a few ideas, and maybe some of them link up, and maybe there's a studio or a network or a streamer or movie house or whatever that would be interested in telling the story. Yeah, I hope we see Sam again. Fingers crossed. I'd love to do it. I feel like the show could go 15 more, honestly. Like, I feel like we have so much that we could do, so many stories we could tell.
We were 15 years in, it's just the show that will never end.
No doubt, endings are hard. But then again, nothing ever really ends, does it?
Love you, and we won't be gone long, I promise.
Thanks for watching Wayward Winchester. Subscribe for more awesome Wayward content. Till next time, as always, no chick flick moments. Peace.